Hi everybody, this is TheWhisperCorner, and in light of last week's stupendous, I think's the word, 4-0 battering of Barcelona, I've decided to have a look through the Liverpool squad and just talk about the players, the manager, my opinions. Feel free to have your own opinions. It's kind of a free world. And I'm just going to start by pointing out, which one should I mark on the page? The team that beat Barcelona. So in nets we had Alisson Becker, a signing last year from AS Roma. Fantastic keeper, made some amazing saves during the game. It's like everyone says, you see, 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago, whenever Barcelona beat us 3-0, everyone was saying Messi, best player in the world. And then in the home game where we won 4-0, Alisson made a couple of very good, very important saves against Messi. All it would have took would have been one, there's a dirty fingernail. All it would have took was one goal, and the whole complexion would have changed. You know, one of the 3 balls that Messi put through for Jordi Alba or Coutinho, and he would have been hailed a masterpiece. Not a masterpiece, he's not a work of art. Yeah, maybe he is. Not with that beard. But, all it would have took was Jordi Alba to score that goal, or Alisson not to make one of the saves, and Messi would have been hailed, It's the fickle world we live in today. And then in defence, we have here Virgil van Dijk, probably the best defender in the world. This right now, There's a guy I work with, and for some unknown reason, he's a Southampton fan, and it really, really galls him how Southampton are Liverpool's feeder club. Let me see, we've got Van Dijk, we have Lovren, who else? We have Mane, we had Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think he came from Arsenal, but I think he started off at Southampton. But basically, there's a lot of former Southampton players. Did I say Lallana? Can't remember. There's a lot of former Southampton players in the Liverpool team. So he went from not only a Southampton fan to a Liverpool hater. He just always wants to see us lose since we stole all our best players. What can you do? So Van Dijk put in a good performance, kept a clean sheet, and his partner in defence, who, funny enough, in this photograph is standing right beside him, was Joel Matip. Dejan Lovren is not getting a lot of game time at the moment. So, strong centre-back team that we have. Then in left-back we have Andy Robertson. And don't worry, I'll find him. Where is he? There he is. So, just cut half his neck off there. But Andy Robertson is signing from, I think it was Hull, whenever Hull got relegated a few years ago. But he's been fantastic. Just him and TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold, running up and down. So what do you call them nowadays? Wing backs. Putting in plenty of crosses, getting plenty of assists, and also doing a good job in defence as well, obviously. I enjoyed his little comment after the game when the interviewer said Suarez took you out of the game because he went off injured. And he said, yeah, but who's in the final? It's not you, Suarez. So, and then in right back we have Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's blonder. So, only 20 years old. I have to admit, you see, I was working the night of the game and I was keeping tabs on it on the app on my phone, and I had read that the fourth goal was a very, very smart, very cheeky corner taken quickly by Trent Alexander-Arnold. But whenever I get home after midnight and the highlights were on BT Sport, I think I rewound it 6 or 7 times just to watch it over and over again. It was just such quick thinking, and it's something you see all the time, you know, players changing their mind who's going to take a corner and the opposition team just switch off. It's almost a wonder that you've never seen a goal like that before. But I didn't care. I was jumping around like a mad hellion. I was at work and we were winning 3-0, and I was walking around and I heard someone shout, and I knew there was someone at work watching the game on their mobile. I think it was Sky Go, or well, it wouldn't be Sky Go. I suppose it was Mobdro or something, one of these apps where you can watch stuff. Shh, it's illegal. I heard a shout and I looked at my phone and it was 4-0. Spoiler alert. And I went running, and I don't run too often, you know, and it was a wee bit doolally. Couldn't believe it. I have to admit, for the last 5 minutes of the game, I actually turned my phone off and stayed away from people because, you know, I was too nervous. Okay, so that was the defence. So in the centre of midfield, we had, keeping up with the back row here, centre of midfield, we had Fabinho, who is really coming along. Didn't have a great start to the season, wasn't getting a lot of game time. I was watching, I think it was the ESPN coverage, the ESPN FC channel on YouTube. If you like football and you haven't subscribed to it, I'd recommend it. It's very entertaining, very funny. You normally have Steve Nicol, Craig Burley, Shaka Hislop, used to play for Newcastle, in the panel. And he was saying that, or one of them was saying that Fabinho is now playing at the level where he was playing for Monaco, and it's the reason why we spent so much money on him. I think it was roughly 37 million maybe. But yeah, he's come good. So he got an early booking in the game, but managed to run the midfield, breaking up the Barcelona attacks and setting us off on our own attacks. The left side of midfield, we have Milner, James Milner. he's, I wouldn't say funny, but Milner won the league with Man City, and he played for Leeds, and way back when he was young. But at the end of the game, whenever we had won, Milner broke down on the pitch and was crying. He must obviously love Liverpool. Like, well, it could have just been the occasion, like, we beat Barcelona 4-0. But he's a hell of a player, good penalty taker. Mr. Reliable, play a left back as well. Whenever Robertson went off, he went back into left back. But good, very good player. And then the right side of midfield, we had Jordan Henderson. Who was it? I think it was Owl Whiskey Nose. I'm going to get stick for that. People think I should respect him. But Owl Whiskey Nose, I think it was, who said, sorry, give me his proper title, Sir Whiskey Nose, said that Jordan Henderson couldn't run properly. Well, I think he's in his second Champions League final now. So he's been a pretty decent player for someone who can't run. Doesn't get as much game time as he used to. But he's the club captain, and he put in a hell of a performance. Let's move on to the forwards. Move this a wee bit to the side because most of the forwards are over yonder to the left. First of all, we have the player who scored 2 goals, and it's kind of funny because I don't rate him at all, but he turned out to be one of the heroes of the night. I suppose, let's see, whenever you compare Manchester City's strength and depth, I can't remember what game it was recently. What game did he score a late winner? Oh, I can't remember. It was Newcastle. I think it was Newcastle. Yeah, he scored it to make it 3-2. Whenever he came on as a late sub, I remember I texted my brother saying, "Oh, they're going to be scared. They're going to be shaking in their boots. Origi's coming on." Sarcasm. Because, for as good as our first 11 is, are, some of our strength and depth isn't that great. And I would have put Divock Origi in that, who I haven't pointed him out. There you are. Hello, Divock. So the fact that he scored 2, including the winner, the first and the winner, was a big surprise. Whenever the game started and Salah and Firmino were both out injured, I mean, let's be honest, how many Liverpool fans actually thought we were going to win 4-0? I think I read, or someone told me this morning, that Liverpool to win 4-0 was 50-1. I mean, I'd have thought it would have been at least 100. If you're beating Barcelona 4-0, I know we have Anfield and all that, but it's Barcelona, and it's 4-0. Mental. So then, on the left-hand side, we had one of our players of this season. We had Sadio Mane, who scored a ton of goals this year. It's really been on the front foot when our Salah hasn't been performing. It's funny because Salah's a leading goal scorer in the league this year again, and yet he's been annoying. But we'll come to my criticisms later. So Mane put in a good performance. And then finally, of the first 11 that started the game, we have the wee short horse himself, Jordan Shaqiri. He got one of the assists for Wijnaldum's goal. Put in a good performance, and it was funny that he was the one who was coming across to take the corner that Trent Alexander-Arnold took quick. And you could see him celebrating, but at the same time thinking, what happened there? And then just the subs of the game. Well, it's not too often that a sub comes on and pretty much could be argued for man of the match. We have Gini Wijnaldum. Let's see who is over yonder. Gini Wijnaldum. Signed him from, I believe it was Newcastle a few years ago. Came on for the injured Andy Robertson and scored 2 goals. One coming running into the area, headed through the keeper, and then a great header. And then towards at the end of the game, they brought on, I didn't even know these players came on, to be honest, because as I say, I didn't watch the last 5 minutes. And in the highlights, the last 5 minutes, well, the subs weren't shown anyway. But Joe Gomez came on with 5 minutes to go. Let me see, scroll up here, I'm just looking here to see Joe Gomez. I'm guessing, yeah, doesn't say who went off. Oh, sorry, it does. So, I'm not sure which ones, but Origi went off and Shaqiri went off. And the other player that came on was Daniel Sturridge, who's way over yonder. Should probably be his, I'm gonna guess. Sorry, that's not Daniel Sturridge. There you go, that's Daniel Sturridge. He was over yonder. I'm gonna guess, unless he scores, a hat-trick against Spurs, I would guess that this will be his final 1 or 2 games for the club. He's not really getting the game time, and he's just too injured all the time. And then in the middle here, we have Big Horseface himself, Jurgen Klopp. This is where people go, he talked 18 minutes about Liverpool, and it was great. It was very nice, very good, super duper. I don't like Jurgen Klopp. I really can't stand him. It's the case of whenever he comes on talking, I tend to change his channel or pause if I'm watching live TV and then fast forward through it a couple of minutes later. I have just too many little pet peeves, and my main pet peeve with Klopp. Then again, I noticed it with him, and then Unai Emery started doing it, and Sarri started doing it, and Guardiola started doing it. It's, if you ever listen to the managers talking, say they're on a good run, their team's on a good run of form, and the line is, we're having a good moment. I don't know, you're lying there sitting there going, what are you talking about? So what? It bugs me. But then, I'm a grumpy old so-and-so. Okay, so just looking around the rest of the squad here. Obviously, Mohamed Salah out injured for the game. I think it was a concussion which he suffered against Spurs. It wasn't Spurs. Who did we play last weekend? It was Newcastle. I think he got a concussion against Newcastle. He's the leading goal scorer in the Premier League so far this season. He's 2 ahead. I think he scored 22 Premier League goals. And then beside him here we have Roberto Firmino, who's had another good season, plenty of goals, plenty of smiles. Beside him we have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who thinks made one appearance. He spent most of the season out injured. He's only just coming back to fitness now, so hopefully he'll be fit and raring to go for next year. On the right side here we have in defence Nathaniel Klein. Don't really know what happened to him. Either Klopp's just not taking a fancy to him, or maybe he's just not performing. Could have been injured. I can't remember everything. Then we have, this is front row. Sorry, the names are at the bottom, so I'm just cheating here. Rafael Camacho, and then Curtis Jones. And then working this way, as I said, we have Adam Lallana, former Southampton player. Then we have Alberto Moreno, who's a Southampton quality player. No idea why he's still at the club. Then beside him, a switch to left-handed. Beside him we have Naby Keita, who's out injured for the rest of the season. He started off very well and then sort of just wasn't played. Klopp wasn't playing him at all. And then he got injured towards the end there. And then here we have Ryan Brewster, young player. So then I say that's Origi. We have a couple of coaches. And then we have a young player we signed from Chelsea. Not exactly sure why. Dominic Solanke. I think he scored one goal for us, or maybe none. Besides Solanke, we have Nathaniel Phillips. To be honest, never heard of him. And we have the big Croatian centre back, Dejan Lovren. It just reminds me, whenever I'm thinking here, we have the probably reserve keepers or under 23 keepers, under 21 keepers. But we have Simon Mignolet, who's, average. I wonder how Karius got on this year. Either way, we dumped him after the Champions League final. I wonder how he got on. I'd put that in the description underneath the video. Let's see. Or to tell you what, just because Loris Karius, that helps. I put him into Google there as what do you call him? Lothar. His name's Loris. He's played 26 games this season and scored no goals. Flop. So I think that's everyone. Go on, out of curiosity, but you'll bear with me. I'm just gonna have a wee quick look at the Turkish league, just to see how many goals Besiktas have conceded this year. 31 games, 25 against. Not bad. I don't know how many he was in nets for, but there we go. So there is the Liverpool squad. How do you think they will do against Spurs in the final? Tomorrow is the final game of the season. My prediction is we will beat Wolves, but City will thump Brighton. Oh well. Thanks for watching, and cheery bye.